Kevin Durant is heading to the Houston Rockets. Here are the full trade details, and this is, of course, according to our Shams Charania. The Rockets received Kevin Durant. The Suns received Jalen Green, Dylan Brooks, the 2025 number 10 pick, and 5 second-round picks. Kevin Durant, by the way, was traded to the Houston Rockets while he was on stage at Fanatics Fest. That video, of course, made the rounds. He smiled. He seemed excited. The crowd was exploding, as you can see. Taylor Rooks there breaking Shams news to the crowd as they listen to that panel between him, Kevin Durant, of course, and Taylor Rooks. Fun video. All right, so.
That's a roar, though.
Yeah,
he's happy.
I know, he was happy. All right, let's address this quickly. I do cover the Houston Rockets. I'm the sideline reporter for the Rockets, so I've been bothering Shams all week, but this is a big deal. How did this come about, Shams?
So over the last several weeks, we've been talking about his potential landing spots, and it really came down to his preferred destinations. The Houston Rockets, the Miami Heat, and the San Antonio Spurs. I gave you that look off camera. You made great points,
the viral
but
look.
I knew the Spurs were not really going to be a threat there. So it really came down over the last 24 hours, Vanessa, to the Miami Heat and the Rockets. And it was really a bidding war at the end of the day. Who was going to offer the most? And at the end of the day, the Rockets offer, with the prolific score of Jalen Green, him and Devin Booker, one of 3 backcourt mates now averaging 20 points per game or more. Dylan Brooks, we know the Suns have been all about toughness, grit, culture, and Dylan Brooks brings that. And then you get the number 10 overall pick. And so the timing, why now? Well, listen, the NBA draft is just a few days away on Wednesday. So you get that number 10 pick, now you can start figuring out who you want to draft at that position. So Kevin Durant's voice played a massive part in this. Other teams that maybe weren't on his preferred list, that were considering trading for him, maybe thought twice based on how he felt about that situation. And why did that matter? He was in the expiring year of his deal. $54.7 million, and as Shump knows as a former player, when you're in your last year of your deal, you have some amount of leverage, some say over what your future could be, especially if you're someone like Kevin Durant.
There are so many connections between Kevin Durant and the Houston Rockets. Let's take a look at them, starting, of course, with head coach Ime Udoka. Ime coached Kevin with Team USA and the Nets. Jeff Green, Uncle Jeff, played with KD in Seattle, OKC, and Brooklyn. Steven Adams played with KD right here in OKC. Royale Ivy, they're both Texas alums. Those two are very good friends. They played together in Oklahoma City as well. And it has been reported that DJ Augustine was hired by the Rockets front office. That has not been confirmed by the franchise, but that has been widely reported. So, Iman, a lot has been made of Kevin Durant's age, 37. But the Rockets have a really young core, and they were able to keep a lot of that core with this trade. So you've got Iman Thompson, Jabari Smith Jr., Tari Eason. What does Kevin Durant do for the Rockets' young core?
I think that he just teaches them boys. I think coming into those playoffs, there was a lot of times that you found the Rockets just sort of deer in headlights, didn't know what was going on, game slipping away from them, and they don't even notice. I think when you bring Kevin Durant going into the playoffs, you're not really worried about the first round. You're more worried about the second round and making a deep push into the playoffs. You're worried about the matchup at the end where the superstars are going to bat against each other. And I like my chances if I'm the Houston Rockets. If we can figure out some way to get him the ball in the right places, I like Kevin Durant swinging against any heavy hitter at the end of the game. Sorry, I could barely hear myself once it starts bumping in here.
It is a loud building.
It gets loud in here. It gets loud, trust I know.
And in what can only be described as an absolute bloodbath of a Western Conference, this is a win-now move.
Vanessa, everyone in that Rockets organization now knows, and everyone in the league now knows, this is a win-now move. This is a trade based for them to win in the playoffs and when it matters most. That's how they're going to be judged on. That's how they're basing this trade on. And so when you get Kevin Durant, he's someone that can be a #1 option for you any given night, any given moment. That's how great he still is. He's going to be 37 in September, but his numbers don't indicate someone that's falling off. And you know, the jump shots, the shot creation, the threes, the mid-range, the Rockets struggle in a lot of those areas. Well, Kevin Durant's among the best ever, but definitely in today's NBA. So you have 2 different contrasts there that Kevin Durant can help with immediately.
I like him right away, just knowing that he's going to accept a double team. When you have a guy that takes on a double team, it automatically starts rotations, it automatically starts mismatches, and you got guys attacking closeouts. He makes the game easy.
And I know this, Kevin Durant is excited about that young group. He's excited to play with Alperen Sengun, Amen Thompson, they keep Tari Eason, keep Jabari Smith Jr. You've got some players there, and Fred VanVleet's still a veteran there, and Ime Udoka, a coach that they have a lot of respect as well.
Culture is huge in Houston for not only Ime Udoka, but the Fertittas and Rafael Stone. This is also a culture move.
No question. And the fact that there's the familiarity, Royal Ivy, Kevin Durant very close, Ime Udoka, same thing. And so there's a belief he'll slide right in. He just wants to play basketball. They have some leadership there. The coaching position, Fred VanVleet as well. They have champions now. You know, Kevin Durant's won it before. Fred VanVleet's won it before.
I think it's easy, though. You can plug Kevin Durant. That's what I was talking about. I say the Spurs just because of the way he plays basketball.
No doubt.
But when you talk about anybody down the line, who doesn't want a Kevin Durant? Kevin Durant plays basketball the right way. He doesn't force it. I think the knock on him was that he didn't force it in the end of the game and take the ball away from Russell Westbrook, because that's just not how he plays. That's not what he believes in. So I think they're getting a good guy coming in. It doesn't matter when he comes in.
This is an awesome discussion. Shams, we appreciate your time. We appreciate you breaking the story that everybody has been waiting for.